Well, class, due to some unforeseen circumstances, we will now be conducting the classes asynchronously and I will be making these lectures. Nagapasunod sa mga modules na ginahatag sa inyo. Your midterms will be next week and most of the exam questions will be taken from or will be discussed from these video lectures. So it's completely up to you if mamati ka mo or not. I will not be strict with you watching these videos. However, I will tell you that if you do watch and finish these videos, then you will score high on the exams, and that is a promise. So now we will proceed to Article 7 of the Revised Penal Code, which discusses light offenses. It is also found in your module number 6. So we will try to cover module 6 to 12 for your midterm exams next week. What does Article 7 say? Article 7 say of the revised Article 7 of the Revised Penal Code says that light felonies are punishable only when they have been consummated, with the exception of those committed against persons or properties. Okay, so una-una, we define what is a light felony. When you define uh, the gravity of a crimes or the classification of crimes in the Revised Penal Code in terms of their penalties, you always look at the penalty that is imposed on these crimes. So, as we previously discussed, pag may crime gani, pwede na siya i-punish with either a fine or imprisonment or both. So, anong ginahambal sa Article 7? Ang light felonies are those felonies to which the penalty nga ginahatag sa ila is arresto minor, which is imprisonment from 1 day to 30 days or a fine not exceeding 200 pesos. Magambal kita not exceeding, wala nagalapaw sa 200 pesos. So, pag ang penalty is 200 or 199 or 10 or 1, then that is a light felony. If ang imprisonment is from 1 day to 30 days, that is a light felony. Pag mag 31 na gani ang days, hindi na siya light felony. And in order to clearly understand this, we need to look at Article 9 of the Revised Penal Code. But right now, we're discussing Article 7 and later on, we will try to correlate that with Article 9. Hambal ni Article 7, light felonies are punishable only when they have been consummated. So we previously discussed the stages in the commission of a crime are attempted, frustrated, and consummated. When it comes to light felonies, they are punishable only when they have been consummated. That is the general rule, with the exception of those committed against persons or property. What are the examples of the light felonies punishable by the revised penal code? Number one, slight physical injuries under Article 266. Number two, theft under Article 309, paragraph 78. Yes, there are different kinds of thefts, and you will discuss this in your criminal law too. Alteration of boundary marks, Article 313. Malicious mischief, Article 328, paragraph 3, Article 329, paragraph 3, and intriguing against honor. These are some of the examples of the light felonies punishable under the revised penal code. You do not have to memorize that at this point because we will be discussing this, or you will instead be studying this in your criminal law 2. We're just here now in criminal law 1, discussing the main concepts. So again, in order to clearly understand ang Article 7, we need to correlate it with Article 9. Now, sa inyong module, medyo magulo ang pagpasunod. So, we will have to skip a little bit forward kadto kita sa module 7. Why? Because sa inyong module 7, dira mo makita ang discussion sa Article 9. Later on, continue ta ang module 6. But for now, let's look at module 7. Article 7 of the Revised Penal Code is related to Article 9. Why? Article 9 also defines light felonies, grave felonies, and less grave felonies. Again, in order to classify these felonies, we need to look at their punishment or their penalty nga naka-attach sa ila. So, number one, what is a grave felony? Grave felonies are those to which the law attaches the capital punishment or penalties which in any of their periods are afflictive. Ma'am, ano na ang capital punishment na ano na afflictive punishment? In order to know what these are, we need to correlate this article with Article 25. So, kita mo, in this discussion, tatlo na articles istoryahan ta. We spoke of Article 7, we spoke of Article 9, and in order to understand that, we also need to look at Article 25. Why? Article 25 discusses the penalties which may be imposed in the crimes committed. Look at the table here now. As you can see, makita mo sa pinaka-left ang names ng punishment. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the names of the penalties imposed in the revised penal code. Pinakanubo is arresto menor, which is 1 day to 30 days. Nagasunod si arresto mayor, which is 1 month and 1 day to 6 months. Then nagasunod si presyon correctional, which is 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. Presyon mayor is 6 years and 1 day to 12 years. Reclusion temporal is 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. Reclusion perpetua is 20 years and 1 day to 40 years. And lastly, the death penalty or the capital punishment, which is no longer imposed in this jurisdiction. So, anong matabo pag death penalty na siya? Mamatik na siya na ma-commute to reclusion perpetua. So, as we've said, ang grave penalty are those to which the law attaches the capital punishment or penalties in which in any of their periods are afflictive. So, diin dira siya, afflictive penalties and the capital punishment, these are grave felonies. So, pag ang punishment mo is presyon mayor, which is 6 years and 1 day to 12 years, up to the death penalty, that is a grave felony. So, di na sila those punished by death, those punished by reclusion perpetua, those punished by reclusion temporal, and those punished by presyon mayor. Ano ginamin sina? Which in any of their periods. When a penalty is given because a crime is committed, it doesn't necessarily mean na tapuson mo na siya. Diba? Example, latawan ninyo ang penalty na naka-attach sa presyon mayor. The entire length of presyon mayor is 6 years and 1 day to 12 years. So, pag ikaw na-convict ka, wala lang ginahambal nga ang punishment sa imo is presyon mayor. Ano pa na? Ano pang gadugam da? It's either presyon mayor in its minimum length. It's either presyon mayor in its medium length or presyon mayor in its maximum length. Tungaon yun na siya ang penalty. So, tungaon mo na ang 6 years and 1 day to 12 years into a minimum, medium, maximum. Divide mo na siya by 3. Okay? So, presyon mayor in its minimum length is 6 years and 1 day to 8 years. In its medium, it's 8 years and 1 day to 10 years. And in its maximum, it's 10 years and 1 day to 12 years. Anytime between 6 years and 1 day to 12 years, that is presyon mayor. Now, depende na sa court kung ihatag is minimum, medium, or maximum length. Do not worry if medyo magamo siya subong sa inyong utok because we will still further discuss this later on. Okay? So, now, paano tayo gina-define kung ano ang less grave felony? Di ba kanina we already discussed what a grave felony is. So, pag grave felony, ang nag-a-attach is capital punishment or those punishment or penalties which in any of their periods are afflictive. When it comes to less grave felonies, these are those to which the law punishes with penalties which in their maximum period are correctional. To put it simply, if the penalty is a correctional penalty, then that is a less grave felony. Dinada siya sa table. We can see that those of correctional penalties are the penalties of arresto mayor and presyon correctional. So if the crime is punished with penalty of imprisonment of 1 month and 1 day to 6 months, or 6 months and 1 day to 6 years, basically, if it's between 1 month and 1 day, pila na kadlaw? 31 days. Or 32 days. Diba? Depende sa kalendar. So, if it's from 1 month and 1 day to 6 years, that is a correctional penalty. If that is a correctional penalty, then that felony is a less grave felony. But going back, as we've discussed Article 7, basta gani ang penalty is arresto menor, then that is automatically a light felony. Why? Because arresto menor is from 1 day to 30 days. Amo na ginahambal sa Article 7. As you can see, a light felony is punishable with arresto menor, which is 1 day to 30 days. Automatically, if it's within that period, then it is a light felony. So, gin-discuss ta na ang Article 25, which is ang ginalantaw ta dira is ang imprisonment. Kung ano kalaba ang imprisonment, di ba? What if fine lang? Di ba na-discuss na kita na ang crime pwede ka mapriso or pwede nga i-fine ka lang. Di kung wala abi imprisonment nga maupod, paano mo maklasify siya kung less grave siya or light. Ang depende ra is or ang basis nila is ang amount sang fine, which is discussed by Article 26. Now we proceed with Article 8 on conspiracy and proposal to commit felony, which is once again sa inyong Module 6. So we go back to the second part sa inyong Module 6 just to finish that coverage. So, anong ginahambal sa Article 8? Conspiracy and proposal to commit felony are punishable only in the cases in which the law specially provides a penalty therefore. I want you to focus on the words only in the cases in which the law specially provides a penalty therefore. So, if lantawon mo Article 8, as you can see, may ara kita general rule nga makita, which is, as a rule, conspiracy and proposal to commit a felony are not punishable acts by themselves because they are merely preparatory acts. So, if nabalikan na to ng aton nga discussion before, if wala sang overt act na nagapakita nga may krimen nga i-commit, hindi mo pa na siya pwede ma-punish as attempted. Why? Nag-istoryahanay pa lang sila. They merely conspired and isa ka tao merely proposed na mag-commit ng krimen. So, ang pag-istoryahanay nga obrahon ninyo ang isang krimen, ang pag-agree ninyo, not necessarily punishable na siya as a crime. Why? Kaistoryahanay pa lang siya mo, it is only preparatory. Except as provided in Article 8, except in cases in which the law specially provides a penalty therefore. So, anong mga examples ini? Only in the cases in which the law specially provides a penalty therefore. We have three examples from Article 115, Article 136, and Article 141. Article 115 punishes conspiracy and proposal to commit treason. As for Article 136, we had coup d'etat, rebellion, or insurrection. And Article 141, sedition. So if you notice, these are crimes that are against national security. So nga, gina-punish ang conspiracy because these crimes are so grave and that they involve the interest of the nation as a whole. So ang pag-istoryahanay niyo pala nga magrebelde ka mo is already considered as a crime because there is Article 136, there is Article 115, there is Article 141 that punishes the mere act of conspiracy itself. Anong difference ng conspiracy versus proposal? Hindi na siya the same ha. Conspiracy exists when two or more persons come to an agreement concerning the commission of a felony and decide to commit it. Whereas proposal is when the person who has decided to commit a felony proposes its execution to some other person or persons. Do you notice the difference? Diba kung mag-propose ka pa lang, for example, a marriage proposal, doesn't necessarily mean nga nag-agree na ang imong nga gin-proposan, diba? Whereas if you conspire to do an act, there is an agreement. So conspiracy involves an agreement or a meeting of the minds as defined under our civil code between two persons to commit an act, whereas a proposal is merely an offering for by one person to commit a felony. So, conspiracy is a bilateral act. It requires an agreement involving two or more persons. On the other hand, proposal to commit a felony is only a unilateral act. Only one person who has decided to commit the crime proposes its execution to another person. If that other person to whom the proposal is given agreed to the said proposal, We no longer have a proposal to commit a crime. Instead,